The movie starts with Sandeep Unnikrishnan entering the POK, which the Pakistani army considers a threat and orders him to retreat. When questioned by the Indian army officials on why he did it and that the area belongs to Pakistan, he replies, "It is ours." Young Sandeep grows up with his sister, Sandhya, and his parents K. Unnikrishnan and Dhanalakshmi, in Yelahanka, Bangalore. As a child, he was very curious about the world around him. When Unnikrishnan took him to see a navy ceremony with military airplanes flying in the sky, Sandeep developed an early fascination with the life of a soldier. In his later years as a secondary school student, Sandeep falls in love with his classmate, Isha. Sandeep applied to join the Indian Navy without telling his parents, much to the fury of Unnikrishnan. However, the Navy rejected Sandeep's application, causing Sandeep to ultimately join the army. As the years progressed, Sandeep rises ranks to become an NSG training officer. Udharan. In 2008, Sandeep is well established in his career as a training officer for the 51 Special Action Group of the NSG and is married to Isha. But their marriage is in trouble. Sandeep asks for leave to try and save his marriage. On the same day as Sandeep's leave, though, Pakistani terrorists arrive in Mumbai by boat and they proceed to orchestrate deadly attacks in the city. Desperately, crowds start heading to the Taj Hotel for safety, but the terrorists also enter the hotel and start shooting at staff and guests spontaneously. The local police are called to the scene, but they are ill-equipped to deal with the threat. Upon discovering the terrorist attacks in Mumbai, Sandeep requests Commander Shera to allow him to participate in the NSG mission to neutralize the terrorist threat. They leave for Mumbai and commence the military counter-terrorism operation, Operation Black Tornado. But the NSG encounters numerous obstacles and problems upon arriving at the scene. They lack surveillance cameras to discover the number of people inside the building. The terrorists have installed deadly booby traps and tripwires with bombs throughout the premises. Several hotel staff and guests end up crowded together in a locked room, all bound and gagged on the floor. To make matters worse, there is an intrusive media circus swarming outside the hotel reporting the NSG's known operations and movements, information which the terrorists use. Meanwhile, a guest named Pramoda Reddy, who is trapped on the 5th floor, manages to keep herself hidden from the gunmen. She ultimately takes responsibility to rescue a British tourist's young daughter, named Shirley. Sandeep talks to Isha over the phone. She is applying for divorce and scolds Sandeep for not being there with her when she had a miscarriage. But she is horrified when she discovers that Sandeep is at the Taj Hotel. As the NSG rescue more hostages, several of whom remain tied up inside a locked banquet hall, and starts closing in on the remaining terrorists, Pramoda calls the downstairs lobby using a walkie-talkie from one of the dead security guards. Udharan Chennai. Sandeep ultimately decides to go to the 5th floor to save them, saying that he would never be able to forgive himself if he did not save her. His colleagues subsequently used tear gas and Sandeep races up to the 5th floor. He ultimately rescues Pramoda and Shirley and heroically kills almost all of the terrorists single-handedly, but is shot and stabbed multiple times in the process. However, when his CO asks him whether he needs reinforcement or not, he refuses. His last words are, "Do not come up. I will handle them." But as fate would have it, he finally dies from his wounds, all alone, laying down his life for his country. Major Sandeep's parents watch in horror as the news coverage shows that Sandeep was killed in action. They had thought that since Sandeep was a training officer, he was not involved in the rescue mission at the Taj Hotel. After his death, there is a large military funeral and a crowd of well-wishers gather to mourn Sandeep's passing. Isha is devastated at Sandeep's death and discovers that he never signed the divorce papers. Later, a 10-year commemoration ceremony in 2018 honoring the lives taken during the attack is held at the Taj Hotel. During the commemorations, Pramodar is reunited with Shirley, whose life she had saved. Mr. Unnikrishnan gives an impassioned speech in which he says that Sandeep should be remembered not for how he died, but for how he lived. Uddharan. As Unnikrishnan recalls during his speech, a flashback shows the continuation of the beginning of the movie. It is shown that Sandeep was playing cricket with the children from Pakistan. And when he was called back, he waves goodbye and promises the children that he would come to play another time. Uddharan.